hearing about the Supreme Lord's pastime and glorifying his activities, and therefore always remembering his beautiful eternal form. By rendering service, becoming his friend or his servant, and offering him everything that one possesses, one is able to enter into the kingdom of God. As it is said in Bhagavad Gita, Tato Mam Tattvato Jnatva. After discharging pure devotional service, one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In fact, then thus one becomes eligible to enter into his association in one of the spiritual planets. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामिनिति नामिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तविंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining this wonderful, very auspicious Shreemad Bhagavatam class in the morning. And I'm really privileged. I was just thinking when I got up, like today is the last day of the year, and this is the last chapter of this Canto 3. Yeah. So, very privileged to talk about. So, thank you, Madhupati Prabhuji, for engaging me in this such a wonderful service for my pleasure, for my purification, and for the pleasure of the Lord. So thank you so much, everyone. So we'll just read again that verse. तमेव ध्यायति देवम् अपत्यं कपिलं हरिं बभुवा वचीरितो वत्स निस्पृहा तादृशे गृहे. So we have seen, like yesterday also, we heard from Chintamani Prabhuji, like how lamentation. So this verse is very beautiful verses. All these like Canto 3, we are going through since long time, and so beautiful verses. Each verse, when we go through each word and each verse, we get new realization. Every time when we read, we get new realization. So yesterday he was mentioning about lamentation, how Kapil Muni told Devahuti Mata, like I will come again and again, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sachi Mata, and Krishna and Yashoda Maya, Devaki Mata, like this. So we have seen, like Kardamu Muni, Devahuti and Kardamu Muni got married, and he went to penance, and then he came after 60 years, like he created like big palace in the air, like aeroplane, all the opulences they were having. She had 9 girls, and Kapil Dev was the 10th son. And finally, she was not satisfied, and then she accepted him as a guru, and he explained all this like Sankhya philosophy to her, and she was pacified. And after that, Kapil Muni just left. But she, as a mother, everybody gets like that vipralamba bhav, like separation. We have always emotions. So she was in the separation mode, like lamentation mode, right? They are very elevated soul. We have to just understand all these things. This is for us, for these people in Kali Yuga mostly. This Shrimad Bhagavatam also came in this, like Shukadeva Goswami explained to Parikshit Maharaj, why for this Kali Yuga people only. So she was in lamentation, but she was thinking about her son, but he was the Lord, right? Continuously. And that's why I said, in the verse it said, she got detached from this material world. So much opulences, we can't imagine. People think we have so many things, oh, it's so nice, these rich people and all that. But if we compare with them, we are nothing. Like nothing means nothing. so negligible what they were having that time. But she was like, how, and then in this purport, Srila Prabhupada started with O Vidura. So we will go in that backstory. So what happened when Krishna left this planet? That time Uddhava was with Krishna, and he was also lamenting. Means he was in separation. He wanted to go with him, but he said no. And that time Krishna told Uddhava, my dear devotee, very dearest devotee, like Vidurji, you tell him to listen Bhagavatam from His glorification, Bhagavad Gita from Maitreya Muni. And Maitreya Muni is narrating this to Vidura, because what happened? Vidurji didn't wanted to. He didn't want to participate in the battle, right? And he went to pilgrimage. And by the time everything was over, and Krishna left the planet also. When he came to know from Uddhava, he also went in lamentation. Lamentation means separation from the Lord. We also, I always feel that if connection get when it disconnects, always it happened. When I bought that house, totally my Bhagavad Gita was not working. I could not go to because it was 287. That was I was not driving that much, so I could not go to temple for the services, so much. And then depression, it happens for everyone in Kali Yuga. It's most like prominent nowadays, depression, anxiety, fear. When we get connected, when we get detached from Krishna, that time it happens. So we was also in that lamentation, with separation from Krishna. And that moment he is like, how he say, oh Vidura, means he is also going through that same condition how Devhuti Mata is also going. So that when we understand, when we hear about like, oh, they were also going through that, and then we get the clues. What did they do? How they came out from this situation. So very important. If we go through these verses, na, lot of learning. Shrimad Bhagavatam is teaching so many lessons every moment, and especially in this world, we know everybody is suffering. Every day something is there. We think, oh, yes, everything is going well, and suddenly something comes. So very important things here. So see how they correlated, like with Vidura, he is saying, oh Vidura, like how the Dehuti Mata was like suffering. So we have to understand all these things through this. And then what they said, like if we are attached to Krishna, then only we can come out from this material entanglement. And we have seen all this yesterday, like Prabhuji mentioned, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also told Mother Sachi Mata, we should not lament. What we had to do, we should meditate upon the Lord. And they had their son like Lord. For us, it is not like that. We are grihastha, we have so many things around us, right? So for us, it is important always meditate on the form. Gun, Rupa, Nama Rupa, Guna Lila. Means always think about Nam, his Roop, like his form, his qualities, about his all this pastime. But how we can do, right? It's very difficult, it's not easy. It looks easy, it looks simple, but it's not easy. We have to have determination, like Bhakti Saraswati Thakur, right? So much determination. We are not at that level. We have to try every time. We have to just progress. And how can we progress? So here it is, they say we have to progress to association by rendering devotional services. We'll go next time. But just I want to share about this, how lamentation and how we connect to Lord or Shrimad Bhagavatam, and it consoles our heart. So during this COVID time, there were katha continuously. Now also it's going at today's 7th day of the katha, Jagannath Puri. Actual the katha is going in Jagannath Puri. So in that katha, there was a Yajman, who very rich family, very nice people, devotees, and their young son, like he just finished his medicine and he was coming after that graduation. He was coming in the car and had accident, and he just left the body with his one of his friend. And they just for his memory there was katha, and everybody was saying that time like um, maybe 4 5 years back it is, and everybody was well, we can understand like grandparents, parents, his friends, they were talking realization when I heard. And then I just realized what Prabhuji said. See, whatever happened, we cannot change. It's really difficult to accept, right? Something happened. It's like for digesting that thing is very difficult for parents, friends who are continuously with them. But he said, see, this world is full of miseries. Why don't we think like something good place he got and he is there and he will do the best work there. Shrimad Bhagavatam is making us like that. And after 7 days Katha, new young people, like young his friends, they were crying. I was seeing that they would spotlight them. They were crying, but their realization amazing. They said, "We don't feel like he went. Soul is eternal, and he is somewhere at good place. He was very pure soul. So something good is there at that other place. Here, everything we are seeing miseries. Maybe somewhere something is there. That realization when I heard, so I was saying so much effect of this 7 days katha, and they were not knowing about all this katha and all that, but young people got that. So how we meditate, we connect to the connect to the Lord, and everything get like miss our consciousness become totally pure. Then we don't think about miseries. Lamentation just goes away. So just wanted to share. And same thing with when Bhakti Charu Maharaj also left. We were praying that time COVID, and um, we were at the temple when we heard that news. And I was also in so much grief inside. I was feeling so much. And that time also Bhagavad Gita, like Sweet Swami, that Katha was there. Somebody like his one disciple from Australia, she was the Yajman. And that time also I heard about him. And then like Prabhuji said, like that maybe Srila Prabhupada wanted him he higher purpose. There is something different. And then see, we are then after listening this Bhagavad Katha, or about them glories of Lord, how it's everything is relevant, how it's going. Nothing is in our hand, but it is like going. So how to come out from that separation? So it works. It's not myth what Srila Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport, or we are listening from different acharyas, devotees, senior devotees. It's not myth at all. We have to focus on that. We should understand why everybody is saying our Goswami, Rupa Goswami, all these Goswamis, such a wonderful scripture. If we go through that, we get every day new realization, and we are understanding, we are when we apply in our life, we are understanding this is not myth at all. And how to come out this thing means it's not easy. So Srila Prabhupada also gave our whole parampara. He said like Shravanam and Kirtanam. So Shravanam, when we hear about Krishna's glories, right, or his name, so what happened? That it goes through our ears and it goes in our heart. And then what initially first day, okay, Krishna saying, okay, he goes inside, but he sees so many calamities like all this vikara, right? And lust, anger, greed, like envious. And then he says, okay, next day he comes out. But again, we are Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, like how everybody is now attached to the Shrimad Bhagavatam class or evening classes, even all these services. So what happened? Then the next day also hearing, then Krishna, he says, oh, I have to stay here, then I have to clean. He start cleansing. And slowly, slowly, that's why we say when we are in association, we are chanting, So it works like that. And then Krishna starts cleaning our heart, even our tongue. They say in on our tongue, when we say Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He's dancing like this tongue is like Kalia, and he's dancing on that hoods of Kalia, and poison is coming out, like cleansing starts, right? And then slowly, we are not at that level, but slowly, at least we are on that path because of association of our senior devotees. When we talk with our senior devotees, just sit with them, just greet them, we feel so happy. Whole day we feel so happy because of association, because of their potency, because of their what they talk, right? Everybody is getting new devotees are just joining in our temple. So amazing. Other than that little boy, 3 years old, he sang so nicely, nursing a prayer after Shayan Kirtan. It's so amazing how it's going on. It's a disease, it's an infection, and really it's spreading, and it's in our hand. You have to spread that like for 335 that agenda. So isn't it amazing where we are because of Srila Prabhupada? What we are doing, we should have that gratitude. And then Kirtanam. So Kirtanam is continuously Satata Kirtanama, right? We say chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And that even I heard, I don't know where I heard or I read, like tongue is like earth, and Krishna's name is like a so tongue, Bhumi, earth means Bhumi. She is also wife of Krishna, right? So we should always connect, like always we say we should not worship Lakshmi Mata alone. We have to worship with Vishnu always. Otherwise, Lakshmi has two forms, like she comes from Aniti also and with Niti. So if Vishnu is there, like girl is married to boy, and then she has very right path, like she is doing perfectly in grihastha life. If she is not married and just alone, whatever, where, because there is no like somebody is like watching or somebody is there, I have to take care of. I have a lot of responsibility. Like my husband should not like his neck should be always like this. So we Lakshmi's responsibility like that. So Lakshmi is always connected with the Vishnu. So Nam is it's connected with the tongue, then our consciousness will be always right. That's why Srila Prabhupada gave Shravanam and Kirtanam. And we have seen, right, Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, how they went to this Smaranam, Shravanam, all this Navavida Bhakti. But mostly in Kali Yuga, we cannot do all this, so many things. But at least Shravanam and Kirtanam, anywhere we can do while driving, while cooking, we can hear, we put in background like Katha or glorification of Krishna or chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So continuously we can do. But for other things, Smaranam also we can do, but it doesn't come easily. Remembering Krishna all the time. We are just, because Maya is so like prominent always. She is ready to captivate our mind. So we have to understand that. And even in he, what Shukadev Goswami said, Kalir doshe nidhe rajan, asti eko mahan guna, kirtanat eva krishnasya, mukta sanga param rajat. Like only Naam, this in Kali Yuga. So we say Kali Yuga, but there is, it's a boon for everyone if we take Naam, pure name, right? It's like everything is yours. We should surrender. He said, Sarvadharman Parityaja. Just surrender unto me, I will take care. But that bhav, how we'll get that bhav? Srila Prabhupada gave this parampara. Our Goswamis, right? They what they say, you just take Naam. Easy, simple, easy, but very difficult. It's not everybody doesn't take mala and do, right? We say it's very lightweight, but still we cannot hold that mala. It's a mercy of our senior devotees association, right? Our dear Srila Prabhupada's mercy on upon us. That's why we are doing and we are on this path. So even Krishna says, Bhaktyamam abhijanati. Without devotional service, we cannot do. Without rendering devotional service, just remember my form, right? Or always engage your senses in my service. So see, we are in this material world. Everybody has house, vehicles, all these opulences, right? So what should we do? We should use that opulences always for the pleasure of Krishna in the Krishna service. If we can afford, we can buy books, we can give to others who doesn't want to buy. We can take books, we can buy and just give. They will get mercy, right? That is in our hand. If we have house, we can invite devotees and do that kirtan and all that. So that we can do, make our house temple. Always something is going on in the house, so it becomes temple for the pleasure of Krishna. We are also enjoying side by side. By default, we get the pleasure. We think, oh, when we make chandan for Krishna, when I was making like 2 years back, I was just thinking I'm doing for Krishna. That time, COVID time, nobody was coming, so we were doing all these services, so garland, making garland, cooking, and all that. We are doing for him, but automatically we are getting pleasure. That's why Krishna came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to understand why my devotees are relishing so much. If we go in that form only, in devotees form, then only we can understand. Not like seeing just Rasgulla. If we see and then people are just saying, praising that Rasgulla, unless we touch with our tongue, we cannot release. Same thing. Bhakti is also through bhakti only we can get Krishna Prem, and that is our goal. Ultimate goal is getting Krishna Prem. Our Goswamis are telling it's not about like sadhana and here last last paragraph, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning yogis also, right? We have seen Gemini Rishi, even Vishwamitra, they were like doing tapasya so many years, still they fell down. Why? Even Bharat Maharaj, king, he left everything. He was also young, he was not very old when he left his kingdom. Everything of all the opulences, and just little deer, like he was attached to deer, and he has to also take two births. So we can understand, if we don't have association, if we are not rendering any services, then it's very difficult to detach from Krishna and attached to material world. But it should be reverse. We should be attached to Krishna and detached from material world. But still, we are grihastha. We should not leave and go somewhere, and that also doesn't work. So we should have yukta vairagya. Yukta vairagya means we have opulences. Let's say we have talent. We should use for the pleasure of Krishna. Like if I will share like from Gaur Leela. One day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent like Gadadhar Pandit to meet Pundalik Vidyanath. Pundari Vidyanidhi. So he went. He normally we think when we are going to meet because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said he is a great devotee, and then when Gadadhar Pandit went there, he saw because he was having lot of opulences. He was wearing silk clothes, very lavishly. He was sitting on the swing, betel leaf in his mouth, and he was eating, chewing that, and nicely sitting. So Gadadhar Pandit thought, Mahaprabhu said he is a great devotee, but uh, from outside he looks like that. But when he talked with him and like about glorification of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like pastimes of Krishna, and he got Ashta Sattvic Vikar, then Gadadhar Pandit realized, oh, I offended him. He went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he said, by just looking outside, I was thinking he's what he is, means he is not a great devotee. So we cannot like think, oh, from outside. We don't know what their inside is, how they are connected to Krishna, right? So Yukta Vairagya, we can do whatever we have, opulences. See, by our destiny, we have some people are born with a silver spoon, so we cannot discard it. Okay, use for the Krishna service and make our life like this, always attached to Krishna. Even we are doing that thing, but for the my pleasure. Even singing song also. I used to sing Bollywood song. Sometimes it comes while cooking. But what I do, okay, think about Krishna. Krishna is there. All songs. If we keep Krishna in that song, always it feels like, oh, Krishna is there. So we can deviate our mind. So this is the verse, and lot of learning in this verse, and this is the last day of our year, so we should have that consciousness. Whatever happened, it's gone, but now from tomorrow, what we had to do, we had to just like book distribution 335, so many agenda, we had to do those reservation and make it happen for next year. Whatever happened is gone, like forget all these things and start new. And we have to protect, save our Sanatan Dharma. It's very, very important now, and everybody should have that oath. We have to save our Sanatan Dharma. That's why always uh, think about Krishna. Don't never forget Krishna, and always remember Krishna, and make whole world, whole universe like Krishna conscious. Wherever we go, as per our capacity, we can do and make whole world happy and peaceful. So thank you so much for listening and joining. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much, Mataji. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. Last day of 2024, December 31st. We'll have evening program starting from 7 p.m. to midnight. So please join in the New Year's Eve program. And and the New Year with the Association of Devotees and the chanting of the holy name. And also begin the New Year tomorrow, 2025, with chanting of the holy name from 4:30 a.m. in the morning. Our tomorrow's class will not be on Zoom. We'll see if we can keep it on Zoom, but otherwise it will be directly at the temple at after Shangararti. Yeah, 7:45 a.m. So tomorrow's class will be at the temple. We will try to see if we can keep it on Zoom from the temple, but otherwise it will be at the temple. Anybody had anything? And then
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So what Zoom link we use? Temples or the one which we are using right now? Tomorrow.
same thing which we are using it right now.
Okay.
We will see how how the technology works to connect it from there. But otherwise, there'll be mostly sit down class like the temple. Yeah. But
Oh,
definitely it won't be at 6:30 a.m.
yeah.
It will
7:45
be
you said.
7:45, 8 o'clock. Yeah. We'll keep you posted, Mataji. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. And that being said, yeah, tomorrow there's a buffet at Govinda's, Jagannath Puri, Style Prasad. So if you're not registered, you're welcome, encouraged to register, so that in the morning you can just focus on chanting the holy name of the Lord. Okay, anything else? Yep. Yep. We'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Shri Nrsimha Jai Nrsimha Jai Jai Nrsimha Praladesha Jaya Padma Kapadma Blingam Ugraviram
Brahma Vishnu Jvalantam Sarvatomukam Narsim Vishram Bhadram Nityam Namamayam.
Nrsimha Bhagwan ki Jai,
Jai.
Bhagwan ki Jai.
Jai.
Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the Samal Vaishnavas. Patitanam Pavanebhyo
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
Vaishnavrinda ki Jai.
जय
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील
जय
प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय
जय